Ano ba ang bucket investing? Kung matagal na kayong nanonood sa akin, probably narinig nyo na yan na sinabi ko. Pero paano ba siya exactly ginagawa? Anong itsura niya? Yung video natin today ay ipapakita ko sa inyo kung paano siya nangyayari. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Ang pag-uusapan natin today ay bucket investing. I remember several years ago na discuss ko na kung paano ginagawa ito, pero during that time, yung concept lang yung diniscuss ko. So sa mga first time na naririnig yung bucket investing, ano ba ang ibig sabihin nitong strategy na to? Ay how to do the bucket strategy in investing, or for short, bucket investing. But first of all, let me define ano ba tong bucket investing. What specifically is the bucket strategy? One of the biggest concerns when investing is managing the market's volatility. The bucket strategy helps minimize risk through strategic allocation and timely withdrawals or transfers between investments. Ang investments, ang tawag din dyan ay mga investment vehicles. So, sasakyan siya. Ang ating mga financial goals naman ay yung ating destination. So, meron tayong gustong puntahan na destination, yung mga financial goals natin. Kung nakasakay tayo sa mga investment vehicles, imagine niyo syempre sa umpisa gusto nating makarating kaagad doon sa destination natin. Mabilis yung takbo natin. Pero habang papalapit tayo doon sa ating destination, hindi naman pwedeng full speed ahead tayo hanggang sa makarating doon. Syempre, there will come a point na medyo babagal na tayo, magde-decelerate na tayo hanggang sa pag malapit na tayo sa destination natin, pa-brake na tayo at mabagal na lang yung speed natin. Yung speed ng ating investment vehicle, pwede natin siyang sabihin na ito yung level of risk ng mga investments natin. So, yung bucket investing, sinisimulate niya yung action natin sa pagpunta sa isang destination. So, umpisa mabilis tayo, pero as we slowly approach yung financial goal natin, dapat bumabagal na tayo sa ating speed, or in the case of investments, dapat pupunta na tayo sa lower risk investment. Kasi kailangan nating i-manage yung volatility ng market. Wala tayong control kung aakyat ba or bababa ang value ng mga investments. But of course, there are high risk, moderate risk, and low risk type of investments na in a way, alam natin yung range ng volatility niya. And alam din natin yung usual or historical performance nitong mga assets na to. And in that case, we can make calculated decisions kung paano natin mararating yung financial goals natin, paano natin makukuha yung target amount natin. And for today, I will illustrate with you 3 types of bucket investing strategy. Maraming paraan para gawin yung bucket investing strategy, pero itong tatlo na ipapakita ko sa inyo, this will help you understand better kung paano ba siya ini-execute. Yung unang bucket investing strategy na ipapakita ko sa inyo ay yung transfer all bucket strategy. First of all, let me set up yung ating example. Let's say that we are planning to invest for the college education of our child at yung anak natin ay 2 years old pa lang ngayon. So, we will have 15 years na panahon para mag-invest. So, by the time na dumating siya ng 17 and magpapasok na siya ng college at 18, ready na, hopefully, yung ating education fund. So, we will have 15 years of investing na gagawin. And according to the bucket investing strategy, sa umpisa, since matagal-tagal pa naman yung destination natin, malayo-layo pa yung destination natin, pwede pa tayong mag-invest sa mga high-risk investment. Particularly, pwede tayong maglagay sa mga equity fund and sa mga individual stocks. For our example, yung high-risk investment, let us assume na magkakaroon siya ng 8% compounded annual growth rate. After 7 years, dito sa ating example, on the 8th year of investing, nasa halfway na tayo. Ang naisip ko na strategy is magsishift na tayo towards moderate risk investment. So, pagdating sa moderate risk investment, yung pera natin mag-grow na lang siya ng 5% per annum. 5% compounded annual growth rate. Ang example ng mga moderate risk investments ay yung mga balanced funds, bonds, and kasama na rin yung Pag-ibig MP2. 3 years before we reach our financial goal or 3 years bago mag-start ng college yung anak natin, ang priority natin ay maglagay sa mga low-risk investment. Ang computation natin will be 1% per annum ang compounded annual growth rate. Examples of low-risk investments are yung money market fund at saka mga time deposits. So, how does the bucket investing strategy na transfer all work? So, let us first decide magkano ba yung i-invest mo monthly. For example, let's just say we are investing 5,000 pesos a month. So, 5,000 pesos a month, that's 60,000 pesos a year. And nag-auto-generate na yung ating Excel. So, at the start of the year, 0, we invested 60,000 in a high-risk investment. Mag-earn siya ng 4,800 pesos. So, at the end of the year, ang value ng investment natin ay 64,800. At the beginning or at the start of the second year, meron tayong 64,800. May additional tayo na 60,000 na i-invest. That will generate 9,900 plus of returns. So at the end of the year, 134,000 na yung ating value ng investment. So this will continue until the 7th year. And on the 7th year, meron na tayong 578,000 plus na worth of investment. On the 8th year, to manage our risk, kasi baka biglang mag-down market, biglang magkaroon ng volatility, we will shift towards a moderate risk type of investment. Sabihin na natin na ililipat natin sa balanced funds or sa bonds itong 578,000 na naipon natin for the past 7 years. So at the start of the 8th year, nasa value at the start of the year, pero nasa moderate risk fund or nasa moderate risk investment na tayo. Yung additional na i-invest natin, doon na rin sa moderate risk type of investment natin siya idadagdag. So 578 plus 60,000, that will return 31,000 pesos. Based dun sa moderate risk na sinet natin, 5% na return. So this is 5% of the total investment that we put for the year. And at the end of the year, 670,000 na yung value ng investment natin. So for the next 5 years, magpo-focus tayo doon sa moderate risk type of investment until on the 12th year of our investing, meron na tayong 1.08 million. And since we are already 3 years from our goal or our target date, magsishift na tayo towards low-risk investment. At least, pagdating dito, kahit na biglang bumagsak yung stock market, kahit na biglang lumikot or gumulo yung price ng mga equities, yung mga mutual funds na nag-i-invest sa bonds, hindi na tayo masyadong mag-worry. Hindi na tayo masyadong magiging affected. So yung 1.08, i-redeem natin, ibebenta na natin lahat ng shares natin doon sa mutual fund, tapos ilalagay natin siya sa isang low-risk fund, which is probably a money market fund or a time deposit. Siyempre, mag-invest pa rin tayo. So yung 1.08, that will be our money at the start of the year, plus yung 60,000 na ininvest natin for the year. And combined, that will give us a return of 11,000. So at the end of the year, meron tayong 1.157 million pesos. So for the next 3 years, yung low-risk investment lang yung ima-manage natin. And at the end of the 15th year, we will have 1.3 million pesos. So yung 1.3 million pesos, yan na yung ating education fund na gagamitin sa college nung anak natin. Pwede natin gamitin pa rin dito yung goal-seek. For example, ang na-compute natin na kailangan natin pera for the college education ng anak natin ay 1 million lang. So, pwedeng mag-goal seek dito na siset natin yung total value of investment to 1 million by changing itong monthly na ini-invest natin. So, try natin. So, kung gusto natin ng 1 million pesos at the end of 15 years to use for the college education of our child, we should invest 3,838.50 monthly. Ayan. Just to make things simple and to be a little bit conservative about it, sabihin na natin na 4,000 pesos a month. Diba? So we will have 1.04072.38. So that's the transfer all bucket strategy. Ang ibig sabihin nito, if our financial goal is 8 years or more ang target date, we can definitely start investing in a high-risk investment. Ngayon, kapag dumating yung point na 8 years na lang yung target date natin, we redeem lahat ng mga stocks natin or equity fund shares, and then we shift towards a moderate risk investment. And we do that for the next 5 years. Ngayon, pag 3 years na lang yung target date natin, we again redeem everything and transfer all towards a low-risk investment where we will stay for the next 3 years until marating natin yung financial goal natin. The second type of bucket strategy, I call it the no-transfer bucket strategy. Kaya siya no-transfer kasi hindi tayo magta-transfer ng pera dun sa lower-risk investment habang dumadating tayo dun sa destination. Ang binabago lang natin ay kung saan tayo nag-i-invest. So, we use yung example or yung number na ginamit natin dun sa transfer all bucket strategy, which is we are investing 4,000 pesos a month. Again, ang high risk natin 8%, ang growth, yung moderate risk 5%, and then yung low risk ay 1%. Dito sa Excel natin, makikita nyo yung difference. So at the start of the year, mag-invest tayo ng 48,000 and that 48,000 will give 8% return or around 3,800. So and so on and so forth. Pagdating ng 7th year, meron na tayong 462 doon. Since no transfer, ibig sabihin nito, hahayaan na lang natin siya doon. Papatulugin na natin itong 462,000 doon sa high-risk investment. And starting on the 8th year, doon na tayo sa moderate risk type of investment. Magsisimula mag-invest. So, 48,000, that will give us 5% return. So, 2,400. At the end of the year, 50,400. So, we do the same for the next 5 years. Puro moderate risk investment lang yung paglalagyan natin ng pera. And, of course, during this time, yung naiwan sa high-risk investment, that will continue to grow. Assuming na favorable yung market, walang sudden downturn, then hopefully, it would follow yung 8% per annum na compounded annual growth rate. Ngayon, on the 13th year or 3 years from our target date, hindi na tayo magdadagdag sa moderate risk type of investment. Instead, we start investing in a low-risk type of investment. Diyan na tayo magsisimula mag-time deposit or maglagay sa isang money market fund. So, for the next 3 years, sa low-risk investment tayo, and by the end of the 15 years of investing, doon sa low-risk investment, meron tayong 146,000. Doon sa moderate risk investment, meron tayong 322,000. And doon sa high-risk type of investment, meron tayong 856,000. In total, kapag niredeem natin siya lahat, meron tayong 1.3 million. So, mas malaki. Bakit? Kasi, yung iniwan natin sa high-risk investment, magkukontinue siya na lumaki. But, there's risk there kasi wala namang guarantee yan. Dun sa first example natin na transfer all bucket strategy, parang magti-take profit na tayo. Ayaw na natin mag-risk dun sa mga high-risk investment. Hopefully, lumaki na siya. Ilagay na natin siya sa moderate risk investment para mas ma-manage natin yung risk. So, transfer all strategy versus no transfer bucket strategy. If everything goes well or wala talagang sudden volatility in the market, mas malaki yung kikitain natin sa no transfer bucket strategy. But that is not what actually happens in reality. That's why meron ako yung preferred na strategy ko, which is yung batch transfers bucket strategy. And this may seem a little bit more complicated, but I will explain to you how you do it. So let me now show you how to do yung batch transfers bucket strategy. So it's somewhere between yung no transfer and transfer all. Ito, nagta-transfer ka pero hindi mo lahat tina-transfer. By batches mo siya tina-transfer. Let's use again yung previous number natin na 4,000 pesos a month na ini-invest. So we start with the high-risk investment and it will grow as according to our figures na 8% na compounded annual growth rate. If you notice, dun sa no transfer bucket strategy, by the end of the 7th year, meron na tayong 462,558. So, same siya. Diba? Dun sa no transfer bucket strategy, yung buong yan, hahayaan na natin siya. And we start investing sa moderate risk. Pero sa batch transfers bucket strategy, pwede tayong mag-decide kung magkano yung gusto nating kunin. Sabihin na natin na out of the 462, parang gusto kong mag-withdraw ng 100,000. Kasi iniisip ko mukhang maganda pa yung growth potential nung high-risk investment ko. Sabihin natin, bumili ka ng individual stocks. Hawak mo, sabihin na natin, ay Jollibee. Pero bukod sa Jollibee, meron ka ring Ayala Land, meron ka ring SM. Yun yung mga binili mo. During this time, yung SM, gusto mo nang ibenta. So, binenta mo na yung SM pero gusto mong iwanan yung Jollibee at saka yung Ayala. Yung SM, let's just say na ang worth nung investment na yon ay 100,000. So, ang mangyayari dito, yung 462, babawasan mo ng 100,000 pesos worth. So, by the start of the 8th year, 362 na lang yung matitira dun sa high-risk investment. Kasi yung 100,000 pupunta na dun sa moderate risk type of investment, which is yung start of the year na fund mo dun sa moderate risk type of investment. Plus, this time, sa moderate risk ka na magsisimula mag-invest ng 48,000 and that will now create yung return mo for the year. Next year, meron ka ng 391,000 dun sa high-risk investment. You can, again, decide na, uy, sige, benta ko na yung Jollibee ko. Yung Jollibee ko, ano siya, 200,000 lahat. So, benta na natin. So, from the 391,000, kinuha mo yung 200,000. Ang matitira na lang doon sa high-risk ay 191,000. So, from the 200,000 plus yung 155 na value at the end of the year no moderate risk type of investment, 355,400 na yung magkakaroon ng return dun sa, let's just say, balance fund. So this will just continue until we are able to reach yung point na 3 years from our financial goal. Kasi by that time, ideally, wala ka na dapat high-risk investment kasi sobrang lapit na ng financial goal mo. 3 years na lang eh. So baka magkaroon pa ng biglang volatility in the market. Mas maganda na nasa low-risk type of investment ka na lang or at least nasa moderate risk type of investment. So tuloy-tuloy lang tayo sa pagta-transfer. Depende na siguro sa market conditions or kung ano yung analysis nyo of the market, kung gaano kalaki. So let's just say on the 11th year, ang ita-transfer naman natin from the 115,000 ay 50,000. Mag-transfer tayo ng 50,000. So may matitira na 65,000. And again, yung wini-withdraw natin, nilalagay natin sa moderate risk type of investment. By the start of the 12th year, since malapit na nga yung ating target date, it is recommended that we withdraw all our high-risk investment and put it in a moderate risk investment. So, itong moderate risk investment, palaki lang siya ng palaki ngayon kasi slowly from the high risk, pupunta siya sa moderate risk. 3 years from our financial goal, we will now start to slowly transfer towards our low risk investment. Because again, baka may growth potential pa yung ating moderate risk. So, wag natin kunin lahat. Depende kung sabihin na natin na nilagay mo siya sa isang balance fund at saka isang bond fund. And feeling mo yung balance fund, aakyat pa siya. So, yung bond fund muna yung i-redeem natin. During this time, meron na tayong 894,000 dun sa ating moderate risk investment. Let's just say that we withdraw half of that or 500,500,000. So, ang matitira ay 394 and that will give you a return of 19,000 which is 5%. So, yung 500,000, pupunta na siya doon sa low risk investment. Nilagay natin siya kunwari sa time deposit. Dadagdagan natin ng 48,000 which is how much we usually invest and that will continue to grow. Upon the following year, meron ng 414. Sabihin na natin na kunin ko na yung 200,000. And on the final year, syempre, i-redeem na rin natin yung nasa moderate risk type of investment. Iiwanan natin siya sa low risk investment for the final year para secure na siya. And that will give us 1% for a final total of 1.09 million. So yung batch transfers bucket strategy, it is much closer dun sa total value of investment kapag transfer all bucket strategy. However, it will usually give a higher total value of investment kasi medyo naging tactical ka during sa transition towards high risk to moderate risk and from moderate risk to low risk. And itong pagiging tactical na to, ito yung magbibigay sa iyo ng additional returns, additional profit on your investment. So ano yung pinakamagandang strategy? Para sa akin, yung batch transfers ang pinakamagandang strategy, but this is really not for everyone because it requires you to time the market, it requires to study, to be updated with the news, and kung busy ka sa mga ibang bagay, I would actually recommend either doing the transfer all bucket strategy or the no transfer bucket strategy. Pwede ding hybrid. Pwede kang mag-transfer all bucket strategy dito sa high risk to moderate risk. So, pagdating ng 8th year, i-transfer mo na lahat nung investment mo from high risk towards moderate risk. And then, pagdating sa moderate risk, wag mo na siyang i-transfer. Ibig sabihin nito, we can actually simulate that dito sa Excel nung batch transfers. So, pagdating dito, ita-transfer na natin lahat. Itong 462,558. Tinransfer na natin siya lahat doon. Tapos, wala na tayong ita-transfer towards our low risk. So, this will give us 1.1 million. So, mas mataas pa. Pero, itong no transfer bucket strategy ang magbibigay sa inyo ng highest possible total investment. But this is the riskiest strategy because sobrang tagal mong iiwanan yung pera mo doon sa high risk investment, and even as you approach yung target date nyo, baka mamaya biglang magkaroon ng pandemic dito, di bagsak lahat ng stock market investment mo. So very risky. It's always better to do batch transfers, and sabi ko nga, hybrid, pwedeng yung high risk to moderate risk gawin yung transfer all, tapos from moderate risk to low risk gawin nyo yung no transfer. Huwag ka na mag-transfer at that point. Sa last year mo na lang i-transfer since gagamitin mo na rin naman. So that's how to do the bucket strategy when it comes to investing. And I hope ay mas nagkaroon kayo ng higher appreciation kung paano ba yung diskarte sa pag-transfer, pag-manage ng pera natin, lalo na dahil hindi natin control, wala tayong crystal ball para ma-predict kung anong mangyayari sa ating market. And that's our video, and I hope ay marami kayong natutunan. Sa mga interested na hingiin yung Excel file na ginamit natin, I would like to ask for a little bit more patience kasi gusto kong i-curate lahat ng financial planning videos na ginawa natin in recent weeks and i-set up yung web page kung saan pwedeng ma-download yung mga Excel files. So, give me a few more weeks, siguro 2 or 3 weeks more. At ilalagay natin sa video description nitong video yung mga iba't ibang financial planning videos na in-upload natin. Kasama yung link to the webpage where you can download the Excel file. And with that, I hope that you can give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Paki-subscribe na rin sa ating YouTube channel, youtube.com/readytoberichyt, and follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/readytoberich. I-share nyo ito sa mga friends ninyo na sa tingin nyo ay matutulungan doon sa sinishare natin na strategy, investing strategy. So hanggang sa muli, sa susunod nating video at live stream. Goodbye everyone, take care and always stay safe.